What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Prince Boss here. Now, I am very sorry for the lack of uploads recently in the past few months. It's almost been 3 months now since my last upload. I want to explain. Yeah, so a lot of stuff's been going on with the family recently. I'm back in school. Of course, there was Christmas and the holidays, and I didn't want to do any videos on that. I also got a new headset, which you can probably hear. So I hope the mic quality is better than previously thought. I really hated using my computer as my mic source, so I got a new headset. That's the new mic source. So I really hope that's good. I also got a pop filter for it, so it can block out some other sounds. I also get to hear stuff without you guys hearing it repeated. So that's good. I honestly can't remember what happened last time. I uploaded the video, the newest one, episode 19. I uploaded it today, the 29th of January. So I have no idea what happened. I didn't even watch it. I only went through to find a good thumbnail and just to see what happened. I think we were doing we're about to head into the court. Sasato is gone. Good thing also is that Mr. Sholmes is okay. Iris is holding out. So we're hoping to get through this. I have no idea what evidence I have. Oh, we also did some forensic science. I do remember that. So we're hoping to use that in court today. I hope I remember the voices. Of course I know Ryunosuke, that's me. I think I remember the judge. I think I remember the Reaper Bailey. So yikes. Anyway, let's get into this. It's been a while. Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. Now, I don't know if this is the last one of the first game. I really don't. But we'll find out, I guess. God, I last saved this on November 22nd. Wow. Holy crap, I have been out for a while, haven't I? Oh my god. Let's just jump right into it. As Philip DeFranco would say. Oh, I'm back, boys. Let's do this. When I awoke the following morning, Sasato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day than the last, one that I would remember for the rest of my days. 17th of April, 9:32 a.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. Oh. I forgot Gina's voice. It's been so long. I think it's Irish. It's a girl Irish. If I remember right. I'll try to see if I can pull it off. If it's different than last episode, I'm sorry. Good morning, Gina. Oh, well, at least she's not speaking yet. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. Yep, there we go. So where's your friend, then? Sorry? You know, in a fancy dress. Sasato, or however you say it, I don't know. Miss Sasato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You alright with that, aren't you? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off. It's fine. It's not as though Mrs. Sato and I won't meet again one day. Even so, but you, Gina, you only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. Good morning, you two. Is this Iris? Ah! The cat! I forgot about the cat! I'm sorry if I broke your eardrums with that. I'm not used to the mic quality yet. So I'll have to raise and lower over the next few episodes. I hope you don't mind. Oh boy. Iris's voice. This is really gonna blow up your eardrums. I'm so sorry.
How are you feeling, Ginny? Did you manage to sleep?
Wagahai! Iris, what are you doing here?
What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Woggy?
Oh, kitty. Uh-oh.
Woggy!
Great way to show your support, kitty. Let him have it, nose around. What I'm gonna do?
Oh, that reminds me. I brought a paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? What do you say, Bruno? Ginny?
Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Nah, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad.
Yes, that question always gives away people's personalities.
Let's not go there.
Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain is falling this morning, and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move.
Huh? Bad news was a weather report? Hold on one sec. There we go. I surely hope that's been capturing the entire time.
So I hope that Susie made her train to Dover, and that the train isn't delayed on its way to the port.
Gosh, yes. Alright then, so what's the good news?
Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. So even if the train's delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Well, that's the good news, isn't it?
I couldn't give a monkeys, really. Good cutoff there. If only all good news canceled out the bad.
Hey look! The trial has made the headlines too! Pawnbroker perishes in pick purse plunder. See?
How didn't like that? Well, let them say what they want. See if I can. I can't because you're covering your face.
Don't worry! Rudy will soon show everyone that this headline's nonsense.
I will?
And then, in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be Discharged Diver with Dauntless Do-Gooder. Isn't that right, Rudy?
Oh, yes. Let's hope so.
Of course they will! I have absolute faith in you! How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it?
It's like she was still here. Purchased by Iris, Gina's case features prominently. I have a feeling that's going to be used sometime in this case.
Good luck then, Bruno. I'll do what I can.
Hmm?
Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still. I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you more support and encouragement.
I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest. But thank you, Iris. It's very kind of you. Oh yeah, Iris.
Yes, Ginny?
Well, I was wondering is all about Sholmes. Did they fix him up alright?
Yes. The operation was a great success. But Hurley still hasn't come around yet.
Now, that's the thing I do remember about last case. He was awake. So either he's faking it, or he actually is just like really tired. Eh?
I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up.
I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news. Oh, right. No Sasato-san and no Mr. Sholmes. It's all down to me today, to prove that Gina's innocent of this crime.
Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense. The trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom.
It's time then.
Yes, let's go, Gina. Iris.
Lead the way, Runo.
Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here.
Oh!
If I learned anything from my great friend, it's that. Feel bad. 17th of April, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey Courthouse. There's the bitch. Oh, he's back.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session.
Now that's another thing I do remember. I do remember the judge.
This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready.
Lord Van Zeiks,
My lord.
remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the Public Prosecution Service?
It was some 5 years ago, my lord.
Yes, and then 2 months ago you accepted somewhat unexpectedly. And here you are again. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior?
So you're not gonna ask that when he first came back. Alright, I got you, I guess. I don't fucking know.
In what one might describe as your former life 5 years past, you dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government.
Really?
Yet today, you chose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, counsel.
There are 2 types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large. Ah, so you're a socialist. I'm joking, of course.
Hey, me's Mr. McGilded, but you defended against the Reaper 2 months ago.
Yes, I just about managed to work that out, thank you. Magnus McGilded. If I'd known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him. And secondly, even more lonesome. Those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies, only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East. The Nipponese. Alright, bro. You don't have to be racist. What? Did he really just say that?
He means you now, Runo.
I actually managed to work that out too. Thank you, Iris. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? That torrid look of hatred in Lauren Van Zeiks' eyes. Was that directed solely at me? Or was he talking about all Japanese people? World War II hasn't happened yet. Judge, how are you not going to call this behavior out? Bullshit.
An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zeiks. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all London's malefactors.
Your lordship is too kind.
Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial.
Oh my... It's the guy! From the previous case! It's the old man! He's a doctor? I remember you... I have a feeling it's gonna be this guy. I remember this guy from the second case. I have a feeling. Open this fucker up. Open it up! His face has to be on, like, one of those pages.
All broken parishes and pick-press plunder. How awful. Virginia, I mean.
Tomorrow's headline will be, Discharged Diver is Dauntless Do-Gooder. Right?
Yes, something like that. If possible, I'd like to go even bigger.
Bigger? How?
Proud pickpocket protects planet post-trial. Perhaps.
Protects planet?
Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow now. It's gonna be so great.
Alright. It's this guy. It has to be this guy, alright? Without a doubt, this guy is the murderer. I remember him from the second goddamn case. Also, I remember you. You're the guy that always got slapped. And I don't feel bad.
Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant?
Former lieutenant of the British Army here, don't you know? Chaps like me were born ready.
Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think.
Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely everything. And I'm ready for it.
I don't understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible. Could I have?
Is this guy a gynecologist? Is he? No. No.
Women indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop.
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
Is something wrong, Runo?
Oh, not exactly. It's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact.
Really? Funny coincidences do. Like they do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange. The jurors are chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know?
So I've been led to believe. But something tells me I'm being duped. Yeah, I have a feeling about that too. Can I call a mistrial? This is not right. Especially a foreigner. I don't think a foreigner can take part in jury duty. He's not a citizen.
Very well. Now, Lord Van Zeiks, the court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case.
As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. Ah, crap. He's using vocabulary, man. I hate this. More self-evident. The victim, Mr. Pop Windybank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. Yeah, that's what I saw. As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near instant death. Alright. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. Wow. I couldn't read that. Whatever reason. And what's that supposed to tell us? It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say. Oh! The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photographic evidence. As evidence, my lord.
Indeed, the court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please.
A report prepared by the Scotland Yard coroner that confirms instant death due to a single bullet wound from the back. There are no other signs of trauma. And single bullet wound. Yeah. I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry, a door to the main shop that was found locked. In this sealed chamber, there were only two persons present. The victim, Mr. Windybank, and the accused. Uh-oh, this isn't looking good for me. Already. It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet. Well, that's that, isn't it? Nothing more to say.
Isn't that grubby little girl a pickpocket anyway? She's more of those filthy tramps that live in the slums of East End.
Oh, well, it's only a matter of time before she got blood on her hands then. What are the jurors waiting for? The girl's guilty as hell! We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she had to do to survive. My learned Nepalese friend, it is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Uh-oh. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses.
Good gracious!
After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pick-purse or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth. Uh-oh.
The court will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Van Zeiks.
At once, my lord. Signs of a single discharge. Okay. This isn't good.
I feel like the moon here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Bruno.
I think that's because it has. Oh god, the cape's already off. Let us begin. Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Windybank on 16th April of this year. This is not good. The fuck? Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court.
Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is a baddie. Professional baddie. Name's Regal Skulkin. Occupation's same as it.
Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector.
That's right. We're what they call
What? What? Huh?
The three skulking brothers.
The three. Is Gregson? No. No. No! Gregson! What are you looking at me like that for? Don't lump me in with you lot.
God blimey, let's go. Don't you know what we're going through? It's your older bruv. Lost contact with him, we have. So we're scouring every shady corner of the capital. Then last night we came across you. The very spit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo? He is, nah, she is. The very spit of him. So we decided, there and then, what we gonna do. We was gonna call you Big Bruv Skulky.
What else, Ringo? Come on, leave it out, you two. Skulky skulkin'? And that's before he ran out of chips.
Well then, Inspector Skulky Gregson.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias.
What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you are doing on the witness stand.
The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft.
Thieves, are they? These three?
No, my lord, begging your pardon, but please don't lump me in with this lot. 2 nights ago, these 2 brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. And in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime.
By Jove! You mean to say, what an extraordinary coincidence!
Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed their proprietor's murder. It's proprietor's murder. Wow, you're small!
Order! Order!
The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future. With your lordship's permission, I like to remain in the stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow.
Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question, and what exactly you saw.
Happy to.
'Cause a skulkin's never skulkin'.
Don't understand. Get out of it. Witness testimony. I like this game so much.
We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the gaff's door was ajar, see? It was like some kind of sign, begging for us to go in, it was. But once we got inside, God blimey, lobby, we heard a gunshot from the back room. We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside. We never done nothing wrong, Governor. Governor.
What?
We never took nothing. We just left at that, nice and quiet.
Then how the fuck did you get caught?
A terrible coincidence, it would seem. At the precise moment, these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot.
The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside. And within, only the victim and the accused were found. Also, this is off topic, but another great thing about this headset is that I can finally lean back away from my PC and relax a bit while I play this game. It just makes it so much easier.
I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now. Of course. Counsel, if you please. Counsel?
Yes.
What's the matter, Bruno?
Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by that pair in the stand. I know that it's all nonsense because I saw it with my own eyes. I'll just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is. Shouldn't you be a witness then? Legal entry.
We was walking down Baker Street in small hours and the gaff store was ajar, see?
I don't think that's something I have to press. It was like some kind of sign begging for us to go in. Once we got inside, poor Blimey Lummy heard a gunshot from the back room. That's not true, because we were in there already.
Hold it!
A gunshot, you say? Just the one. Are you sure about that?
Yep, just the one, Governor. I can swear to it. It was Nash, it was. Ain't that right, bruv?
The firearm used belonged to the victim himself.
Yes, Mr. Windybank already. Always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter.
Right, I remember. When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds.
That makes sense. Mr. Windybank always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet loaded.
Then let's find out if that's true. Open it up. It's Mr. Windybank's gun. The cylinder's completely empty. Yep.
Mr. Windybank always used to keep a gun on hand to his counter shop.
Yes, but only ever with a single bullet loaded, I understand.
That's right. To keep all the pawn articles that were in his care safe.
But his one bullet was fired that night, and the poor man lost his life. Is he protecting his shop, I wonder? Trying to keep the articles safe. Is there, like, anything else on this gun? Ooh, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, God. That came out of nowhere.
Ugh.
Whew. Let me also examine this. 1 to 130. Dr. Stevens. Reporting party me. Alright. Oh well. That's true. I remember him saying that as well.
So we can say with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as the murder weapon.
Yes, my lord, we can. And I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused. Wonderful. But the door was locked from the inside. Never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left nice and quiet.
Hold it!
You didn't do or take anything? Is that your story?
Well, it was bedlam soon, wasn't it? It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dupes out, me Lucy lockets.
So no time to take your hands out of your pockets. You just left nice and quietly, you say?
That's right, Governor. No, we ain't more than violets, peace-loving nibblers.
We are, not bludgers.
We are, Nash, we are. Never even put me dupes out of me,
Lucy Lockets. They said it again. So you'd clearly like us to believe.
Yeah, come again.
As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else?
Uh,
And did you not fire a gun at that person?
uh, uh,
Saved your life. They fired a gun, you say?
ah! Blimey, Governor. You ain't telling us it was you in that doorway.
It was.
Oops. Why the bladen Nora?
Didn't you mention that before?
You were armed with a gun. And as you fled the scene, you fired that gun. At London's greatest detective, Sherlock Holmes.
They shot the great Mr. Sholmes. I did hear that, actually. It was a rumor he's been rushed to the hospital. The great Sholmes. It's beyond the pale.
On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Oh boy. Furthermore, the barrel shows signs of a shot having been fired from it. Ooh. The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers.
Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle, as you say, counsel.
Oh boy.
The court will hold this weapon as evidence.
The Skulkin brothers' gun. Signs that a single round was fired. Who's to say it wasn't the other way around? Now, my learned Nepalese friend. Yes? Here's to your successfully presenting the evidence. Eh? For yes, there are the telltale signs of spent powder on this gun, and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial.
Objection!
Well, I don't need evidence, because I was there.
Objection!
However, the rest of us in this courtroom were not. Ah, that's true. If the defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim, we shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and move on. Do I have that calendar? Would it be under here, blood sample portfolio? Right? Blood sample portfolio. Yeah, right here. It would show it in the unknown green. Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Windybanks that night.
The court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. What evidence shows that these witnesses unloaded a firearm in the pawnbroker's shop that night?
I can't present from here. It would have to be the blood samples, right? Oh, fuck me. That's what I'm doing.
Take that!
Music didn't stop. Oh wait, no! Yes, I got it! Let's go! The evidence is in this portfolio.
What on earth do you have there, counsel?
During the course of our investigations, we discovered a number of bloodstains. Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do. How arrogantly Nepalese of them. Well, anyway, we analyzed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio.
And you claim to have the evidence the court is demanding therein.
Yes, my lord.
No more dallying then, counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene?
This?
Take that!
What is that? Explain.
It's a photographic print taken at Windy Bank's pawnbrokery on the day of the incident.
From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet hole? If my eyes do not deceive me, it appears the bullet is still lodged there.
Yes, as your lordship noticed. The bullet pierced Mr. Windybank's calendar. The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death.
The incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight. But this indicates that a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar has been set to the 16th.
That's right. And while it isn't refutable, the defense believes it is credible evidence that the witnesses did fire a round from their gun in the pawnbrokers that night.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Order! How does the prosecution stand, Lord Van Zeiks?
He's gonna throw it into the fire. Do it. I know you're gonna do it. If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection. Oh, what? Yep, there it is. That feeling. But you will forgive me for flinging my hollowed chalice aside in disgust in the repugnancy it exposes. Why is hollowed chalice now highlighted? Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally. And, like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street.
Eh? Take it easy there, Governor. You're gonna let us in the suit. If we had a jail, you weren't gonna get into the details. Tell him, Sulky, set the bloke straight.
I have nothing to add. So he knew, didn't he? Van Zeiks knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes. It would seem now that I owe my learned Nepalese friend a word of gratitude. What do you mean? What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact.
To what fact do you refer, Lord Van Zeiks?
It has been established at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brother's gun. However, if that shot found its target in Mr. Sholmes, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim. In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windybank at all. So that's it.
That's it. We didn't have nothing to do with it. We did, Nash, we did. That's what I reckon.
Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and, let us not forget, attempted murder. Quite a catalog, huh, fellas?
We're in for it now, bruv.
Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It would seem the man patronized the pawnbrokers in question somewhat regularly. Where's he going with this? Mr. Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery.
Eccentric? Says who?
Not me. Don't give me that look. He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop.
Oh! That's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders! Why is that, Counsel? It has the appearance of a photographic contraption.
As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device. Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed. The prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question. As the court will observe, copious identical prints are produced in a quite desultory fashion. Rather prodigal, I feel. In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If I may refer the court to the plan of the premises, their respective positions are here and here.
You say these cameras produce a print every half hour? I'm afraid I fail to see how that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals.
One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera.
That's a bit of truck, eh, bro? Lady Luck loves a stalker.
Witnesses? At what time did your trespassing begin?
Must have been just after 1, right, bro?
Must have been Nash.
Must have been. Yeah, just gone 1.
In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment. What scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. That is very much incriminating evidence. Oh god.
Good lord! It's a defendant! Miss Gina Lestrade!
Oh boy. As the court can clearly see, the accused is pictured, gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter. No doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to the safe room. I cannot read today.
Quite! One can only too easily imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photographic print as evidence, if you please, counsel.
Oh boy.
I don't believe it! Ginny!
In short, the accused is the only person that could have possibly have killed Mr. Windybank. I say, my lord. Who was that? Oh boy. Oh no, it's a juror. Wonder if I might put in a word at this point.
Go ahead, Mr. Foreman.
Took a volley bullet to the knee in the Battle of Maiwand, 1880, don't you know? Decorated for it and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield.
Yes, Mr. Foreman, and what exactly is your point?
Carried on the battle after retirement, you see. The battle of daily life, if you like. And here I am now, leading the small squadron. 6 men, all good and true. Oh boy. And we'll all go down together, you mark my words. One for all, and all for one. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand?
Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct?
In a manner of speaking, yes. It is the Garadev Squadron's position, sir.
What? No! It's too soon to make a judgment here.
Status report for the court, men! On the double.
His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions, too.
I think you'll find the truth is all clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it.
I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. But in all honesty, I can't actually remember.
Situation clear. Stop. No doubt. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth is now undeniable. Stop. I am very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky.
Very well. I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leaning in this matter. Announce your considerable verdicts to the court.
Guilty.
Oh boy.
Guilty.
Lots of guilties.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Oh no.
Wow, that was fast. God. Already a full guilty verdict. Oh boy. I think a summation examination is coming up. It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in its leading already.
That photograph. It must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned.
But Ginny didn't shoot him!
No, of course not. My lord, the defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination.
Very well. The court grants permission.
So, you refuse to admit defeat again. How unsurprising.
We shall proceed immediately with summation examination. Mr. Foreman, are all the members of the jury ready?
Absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chaps.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty.
Alright. This is gonna take a bit. Judicial findings. The jurors' contentions. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocket. What the fuck?
As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated.
I think you'll find that if you look at this photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out.
If I have left it in there, I should think it'll be repercussions by now.
Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission, a verdict to follow. Stop. In Motherland, we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent.
The circumstances of the crime and evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively.
A storeroom, locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses.
Not to mention his print.
I am giving his name back and forth over and over again.
Take it from a chap who's seen action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the bally trigger.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh dear, Hurley's cameras are supposed to help, not hinder. I'm afraid I might have to you'll have an uphill struggle ahead of you.
Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windybank. Which means there's more to this situation than we've yet to see.
Agreed. You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
Alright, let's do this. The defense's rebuttal. All the evidence points the finger. Alright.
Hold it!
What do you mean? You're Mr. Natsumi's landlord, Mr. Garadev, aren't you? We really must stop meeting like this. Ah, you're that lawyer chap. Well, there's a turn-up for the books. Yes, rather a turbulent time we had back then. Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Schultz and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? I mean, obviously, I would be suggesting that, therefore, you should change your leaning to not guilty or anything. Can't be denied, I suppose. That curse of the Garrett house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out, and I couldn't get a bally soul to take up the tenements. Oh. I haven't had the heart to break the news to Joni yet. Bad enough that the old girl's clapped up. Yes, can't be denied. You did do rather a lot, but not for us. That's for dash certain. I suppose not. Of course. There could be no suggestion of that being for the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously. Obviously. But honestly, I really wish he'd pay more attention to the trial, and less to juror number 2. Housemaid is... Alright.
Hold it!
Hold it! Polishing the bench, I see. Again.
A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain.
What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores?
On my way to the market of his lordship, I have to pass through the east end. Place is full of beggars, purses, and crossmen, the scum of the earth.
Alright, calm down. A little harsh, perhaps?
Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span, or eradicated.
Whoa!
At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals.
You're referring to Mr. Herlock Schultz?
That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Ralph's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital.
Mr. Schultz. A maid.
It really is quite unforgivable. Got a scum, having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective.
Minor detail, it was the 2 brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Schultz, not the defendant.
A minor detail indeed. They're all good as scum as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway.
Yes, alright. I shall amend my statement.
Those brothers are scum of the earth. They would... I think you'll find that if you look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out.
Hold it!
What do you mean, look at the photograph in stereo? Sorry, what? Don't you know? If you look at the photographic grid normally, it looks as though the pickpocket girl's about to shoot the victim, obviously.
Objection!
But there's no indication the defendant ever fired the gun. All I'm saying is that if you look at the same frigid stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information. By any chance, are you a fan of stereoscopes? Oh, how did you know? Let's just call it a lucky guess. It never gets old seeing the 2 prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary. It's captivating. It's the height of modernity. Of course. Oh yes, I think you'll find that the stereoscope is here to stay, giving us new perspectives we could only dream of before. It is the greatest invention the world has ever seen. If only it could give me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you.
Hold it!
What exactly have you been mothering about all this time, sir? You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that? So sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon. Oh! Even worse! A surgeon? That totally passed me by. Of course, people conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors. Oh no. Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field. So, what is it that you think you've left behind? Well, that's a little embarrassing to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing, went in through the abdomen. But when I'd finished the procedure, I Well, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere. Oh no. What? Did he? Surely not. Exactly. Surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That's what's been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I couldn't. So, there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really. That's one way of putting it. The other is manslaughter. That's exactly my concern. And seeing as this case appears to be all but sewn up, I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere. Now, I'm sure I made sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as you can be without being sure. I'm sure you need to be more sure. I love it.
Hold it!
Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean? Are you from the Far East? Stop. Yes. From the Empire of Japan. All communication with Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey.
But now we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electronic signals. Thousands of miles of cable have been laid along the ocean beds, connecting the entire world.
Thousands of miles of cable? On the ocean bed? This makes my head hurt just thinking about it. You are well informed, young lady.
Hehe.
But cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop. And just when I was starting to catch up. Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airwaves to four corners of the globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmosphere electric. Stop. Right. Try not to wear out your fingers. Era of wireless telegraphy. Stop. Driving technological revolution. Stop. And people say innovations like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What utter piffle. Can't understand it. I really can't. They're just silly toys. Oh?
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Juror number 3. Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but... What? Do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's latest remark? As if I couldn't guess. Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on. I dare you. Goodness, are you talking to me? I think he just might be, yes. You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you, huh? Absolutely. I mean, really, a machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions. Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional. What a great way to appease the man. No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all. You just don't know! Pardon. I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate. What sort of possibilities? Well, take a crime scene, for example. If you had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope, it could reveal hidden clues you've never even noticed before. What?
Have you got any, Bruno? Any prints we can look at with the stereoscope?
I have no idea what she's talking about. If I'm being completely honest. Oh! Wait, yeah, we do! We do! This guy! The pawnbroker tickets, right? They're the same thing. It's the same thing. Yes. We do. How about this print here? Should do the trick, I think. Photographic print. So this. Ah, fuck. God damn it.
Take that!
Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints? Of course I can! Very well then, I'd like you to demonstrate. I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all.
Take that!
Wait, sorry? What do you mean, one more print? Oh dear, oh dear. Don't you have any of these in the Far East? Don't you know how a stereoscope works? Bruno! What? You need 2 photographs for a stereoscope, remember? Oh, that's right.
You know, one for the left eye and one for the right.
Oh yeah, I remember now. But the print we have from the pawnbroker is just a normal photograph. No, I think you'll find. But the clue is in the name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You'll always need 2 prints. Thanks for the friendly explanation. Well, if we obtain another print at some point later in the trial, we can always show it to this young man then. I think you'll find that know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me.
Let's get things back on track, shall we, Counselor?
All we need is another shot from a slightly different location. Motherland, we never...
Hold it!
I'm talking about the brothers. Please tell me you're not... Villain Bolshevik. The Russian revolutionary.
Revolutionary?
Duh, I believe there is such a rumor. It's just a rumor? As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like Whiskey's criminal. Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out. People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat. And which glove fits? Good day, I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. Right, that didn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts. To be treated like Whiskey's criminal all the time, it is very painful. People do not realize. So I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look. The Skulkin brothers? Duh, maybe they went inside pawnbroker's shop. But they have done nothing wrong. That is all I have to say. The Skulkin brothers did nothing wrong that night? Alright, well, first of all, that's one not-so-little misunderstanding I'll need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Iris.
What is it, Bruno?
The jurors are chosen at random from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they?
Yes! It's amazing, isn't it?
In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist sitting amongst them, who looks for all the world like a revolutionary?
I wish I knew.
I can't change the minds of more than half of these 6 jurors. The trial will be over.
But we know that Ginny would never shoot anyone.
Yes, so we need to find contradictions in what these jurors are saying and pit them against each other. I must be ready to go to whatever lengths I have to convince them of Gina's innocence. Alright. I'm not going to be able to change his mind yet. Would I pit her and... Villain? Right? Ah, fuck. I clicked again. Damn it. Skip. Villain says he thinks they're innocent. She thinks they're guilty. And the only thing I have are these two.
Objection!
There we go. These two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good lord! Counsel, explain yourself! Oh my, my statement! Contradictory!
C-O-N. Juror number 6, you've got the wrong end of the stick. I do not have stick. I have mouse. I can't with this guy. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver.
Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand.
Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear. Abdomen. A-B-D. Sir. Sorry, my English is still learning. You are telling the court you didn't hear. Forgive me, I did not hear. Here is word. Abdomen. Part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If that is what you mean, I should say in plain English. I am Russian, not native speaker. Who thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again? So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? They say before, we never done nothing, but truth is, they shot detective. Da, DC's double negative. Yes, that's exactly right. Poor mouse. Poor mouse. Lying is wrong, especially when lie is said by a person who looks like criminal. Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced. This means, when they say we never took nothing, maybe it was a also big fat lie. Is this true? Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so... Enough. I trust no one now. It's not the mouse's fault, though, sir. I must see with my own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself. I am afraid that won't be possible.
Yes, it is, Runo. Easily.
Sorry?
With the prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder.
Ah.
If you compare the print that pictures Ginny and the next print from half an hour later, you'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not.
Hooey. Hooey?
Hooey, Mr. Prosecutor!
Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one. Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. And this is the print produced by the camera half an hour later, after the brothers' flight.
So this was taken after Hurley was shot then? As far as I can tell. Nothing has been taken.
Something has been taken. That does seem to be the case. I can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. So, the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot men, but they stole nothing. would seem so, yes. Look. No, not good. You were right. I did not understood situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it is very important to continue with trial. I guess that's one way of changing your stance.
Yay! Well done, Bruno! The balance is shifting!
Well, it is a start, I suppose. There must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. And if I can still do that, we might be able to turn the situation to our favor still.
Thank you, Counselor. Continue with the summation examination. And kindly hand that new photographic print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence.
Alright, so that's going to be the second thing we gotta give to the stereoscope guy. Another print in the court record. I wonder if we can make use of that. Legal lies are many dead fish. We must find truth. Therefore, I say, not guilty verdict. I got you your picture. Can't really show any clues, though.
Don't know unless you try.
How about this print here? Should do the trick, I think.
Take that!
Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying we can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints? Of course I can! Very well then, I'd like you to demonstrate. I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all.
Take that!
Alright, these 2 prints were both taken within the same camera in Windy Banks on the night in question. Yes, I see! Tell me, Mr. Lawyer, do you know how stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle? Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. The left and right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in the positions of some objects. Then, when your brain merges the 2 images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it was depth. Yes, exactly.
It's a small shift between certain objects in the 2 pictures that's really important.
So, what happens if you use 2 photographic prints that are exactly the same then?
No.
Obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene 3rd dimensionally, anyway.
Oh! Oh! Of course! Now I see!
Ah, I think the young girl's discovered the secret.
I have!
Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me?
Have another look at these 2 pictures from Hurley's camera, Bruno. Go on! Can you see that there's a really obvious difference between them?
There is? What's the difference? I'm trying to see myself. There's a really obvious difference? I'm trying to find it. What the fuck is it? I couldn't tell you. I can't do the thing with my eyes. I can't. The only thing I see that's different is this is broken. That's it. That's all I see. Right? Is there something else that I'm like not seeing? course there is. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second.
Well, yes, you can see that straight away. But now, try looking at the picture in 3 dimensions.
Alright, I'll give it a go. So, to start with, you have to cross your eyes and then try to make the 2 pictures overlap exactly. Let's see if by crossing my eyes I can make the quill pens from each picture overlap in the middle. I can't do it. Wait. Will it do it for me?
Well, did you manage to see it properly, Runo?
No. I'm just not very good at this, that's the trouble.
Oh, don't worry. I have just the thing. I happen to bring it with me. A portable stereoscope.
Oh, at least she's helping me here. I'm telling you guys, I tried like 3 times. I can't do it. I know I mentioned this yesterday, but if you had that contraption with you from the outset, you could have saved me from staring at Mr. Winniebank and Gina like I hate them all the time.
And if you remember, I said reply. And it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Anyway, why don't we try using this helpful little aid now? Here goes!
Okay. It's in this area? Now, let's see what we've got. Wait, look at that! Ah! What's going on with these 2 pictures? So were these moved? Is that the thing, where they just slightly moved? If that's the case, fuck you, game. Some of the things on this counter sort of jumped out at you.
Yes, yes, yes! That's it, you see? That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes!
Other amazing power. God, almost clicked on something I didn't want to. Someone going to explain this black magic, huh? Why the deuce do some of the things on this counter seem to jump out at you like that, hmm? I think you'll find that, if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll answer your own question. Basic principles of the stereoscope. As I said before, if you try to look at 2 identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's the slight shift in the positions of certain objects that lets you see pictures 3-dimensionally. In other words. Oh, it is suddenly shifted a little bit. I see. Alright. Even though at first glance it seems the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the 2 pictures, this shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions.
Yes, there must have been!
Now hold fire there, sir. Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. But why the devil does the shift between the 2 prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on! You're the cross-eyed master. What? Me? I haven't the first idea.
You know, Runo, it's quite simple.
It is?
Just think it through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1 a.m. Then, 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. But the position of some items on the counter appeared to have shifted slightly in the interim. So that means...
That means that sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter! Zookers. What the fuck is Zookers? Someone tampered. New information. Stop. Not mentioned in testimony so far. Stop. Yes. We've had to go around in circles a little here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom? Are you suggesting you might know? Of course! I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in the items on the counter. Oh. Oh! Is it Nash? But they're two separate people! I can't. Scared. Oh boy. It's either her or these guys. Ah! Oh my god, Oh, what the fuck? What's the right answer? Oh, come on. It's out of those three. That's all I know. And I don't know who else. It's gotta be one of the three, but the only people that were outside of that room before the 1:30 window is these two. But does it have to be specific?
Take that!
Okay. It was the witnesses currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers. You could have just said it could have been either of them. Wait. This does not agree with what brothers said in testimony before. They say they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy Lockets. My phrase book says dukes meaning hands, and Lucy Lockets is meaning pockets. But is this another lie? Is this what you are saying? Yes, I'm afraid so. Now hold on there a minute. You can't be sure of that.
I quite agree. The accused is a common pig person after all. It's perfectly possible she went through the things on the disc to see what she might steal.
I think that's unlikely. And why, exactly? As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Windybank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's interest lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony.
But the accused is a pig person, common, good and trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here?
Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, ma'am. No better, in fact worse, than a pig purse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves?
Well said. I, for one, would like to hear more from that shady pair.
That thing!
And you all say now, I think you'll find stereoscopes are playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand.
Back at 50-50.
Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Will return home via Regent Street. Stop.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, we've seen this trial has yet to run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call this summation examination to conclusion, with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lane for guilty, 4 lane to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus, and I order this trial to continue. Yay! Well done! Oh, by the way,
What?
you should hold on to this, Runo. You never know when it might come in useful.
Twice him on trial would be unusual, surely. But alright.
No offense, Zeiks. You will instruct the witnesses about the court. Demand additional testimony from them.
I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet. To do so, my lord. Let's go! I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night at last. Or at least. And I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent. I have a feeling it's not going to be that easy. To be continued. Ba, 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 ba. Alright. Trial part 2 is going to happen. Next time! That's what's going to happen next time. Oh, man. Feels great being back here. You know? Being back in the old Bailey. Meeting the Reaper at the Bailey. Doing the voices again. I think I did pretty good for people coming back. Especially Gina. I think I did good with Gina. So, anyway, we are going to leave it there. Next time, we are going to continue the hopeful saving of Miss Gina Lestrade and find out who the true killer is, hopefully. Maybe next time. Maybe it's the guys, who knows. But it says they only shot once, so who the fuck really knows? Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe if you really want to see more Ace Attorney content. Like this video for more. And comment if you guys really enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.